like 10, 12 people in one room addressed one big problem and how could we solve them. And actually you and I were in the same one about how do we solve healthcare. And it was fascinating because the main takeaway was that we need to go upstream. It's too late to solve it after we have all the, what we're seeing now, an explosion of chronic diseases that are preventable and lifestyle-based, like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, etc.
We have to get ahead of them.
We have to get ahead of it. And the important thing to realize that human behavior can change. It's not easy. But as we were discussing, if you give people the right information, the right knowledge, and then what we do at Thrive is give people micro steps to take every day to be able to improve every aspect of their lives they want to work on, whether it's the physical state or their mental state, because the two are so interconnected. So I'm really excited by some of the takeaways. The other session that I was in, you're not in that, was about the workforce of the future. How do we deal with the fact that artificial intelligence, machine learning are going to cause huge disruptions? Some of the predictions say as many as half jobs are going to be eliminated. So what do we need to do to prepare the workforce for that? And my point of view is that we need to prepare them by teaching not just hard skills, but soft skills. Soft skills like resilience. If people are not resilient, they can't deal with change.
And that feeds into mental health, doesn't it?
And that feeds into mental health, absolutely, because if you can't cope with the accelerating rate of change, you are more likely to be anxious or depressed. And also, a lot of the new jobs of the future are going to be caregiving jobs. So we need to teach people empathy. How do we nurture that caring part of being human? And so in all the work we do with corporations, we bring all these science-based behavior change micro steps into our work. And I'm really excited to be working here in the region with SAP. We have added a whole Thrive program on top of their success factors offerings. And it has a real impact on performance, and hardly that's the key. Corporations need to see the return on investment. They're not going to do these things to be nice. They have to see how it impacts employee performance, productivity, engagement, how it impacts attrition, and ultimately the bottom line.
When you take a step back and look at all of the global issues that we are facing today, when it comes to inequality, when it comes to climate change, all of the things that weigh on us as people. We're seeing so much pushback in countries like France, for example, so many of these protests, 13 weeks of them, in fact. A lot of people are very angry with the government. They don't know which way to turn. What do you see as the greatest challenge in the near term for humanity?
I think we need to be much clearer about the fact that people are having a hard time coping with the incredible disruptions in their lives. The fact that in many countries, including the United States, the quality of life of the middle class is stagnant, that young people are burdened with college debt, student debt, that they don't know where the new jobs are going to be coming from. Plus, I think what's exasperating everything is that the more addicted we are to social media and games, the more disconnected we are from our own wisdom, our own peace, our own strength. So we are dealing with huge changes all at once, and as it's often happened throughout history, people have a hard time coping with that amount of accelerated change.